people? What is going on today? Weldon joins the show. We talk a little Dallas Stars hockey and everything in between. Not really much happening right now. They're in the middle of the off season, weddings, all that kind of stuff. We'll see what we can drum up. Weldon joins in 3, 2, 1.
What's up?
Hey, there he is.
How are you tonight?
I am sleepy. How are you?
Sleepy?
Yeah.
You been out running a marathon today or what?
Oh, shoot, no. Rough night last night.
Yeah. Well, that sucks.
It happens. At least I guess it happens.
Yeah. Well, at least you woke up, There's there's a positive on it.
Should be the other way around, too. At least I went to sleep and woke up.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. How are you, though?
Oh, good. Just working. So working, watching the news and, seeing what's happening with the Stars. It's pretty quiet right now.
Except for Captain America finally announcing his retirement.
Yeah. Kind of disappointed in that one. I was hoping he's going to take a nice little rest and stay trained and then, magically pop back in at the trade deadline. And, guess it wasn't meant to be.
You were hoping Pavelski was Mark Stone, huh?
Well, no, he wouldn't have been on LTIR.
I mean, we could have finagled that.
No, because he was pretty damn healthy at the end of the year.
They don't have to know.
Yeah, but he puts out all his hunting videos and stuff. How do you say you're hurt when you're out there hunting ducks and going golfing out in California or wherever he was at, and kind of hard to say you're hurt. At least Mark Stone, I think he pretty much disappeared. Kind of like how he did in the playoffs this year. So, except that one goal that he got against us, but
I think that was shots fired.
Yeah, that was a little bit of shots fired. It's kind of like the Predators going and not only taking two goalies, and they took my season ticket holder rep.
What?
Yeah, my season ticket holder rep is now going to be working in a managerial spot for the Nashville Predators.
How in the world?
Now, at least on the flip side, now I have contacts for tickets.
Yeah, there you go.
This is a good thing. So
things I never even would have thought about for $300, Alex.
Yeah, so I'll make it to Nashville someday to see a game. So hopefully she stays working there long enough that she can get me some good tickets.
Oh man!
So
you got the hookup, then, don't you?
I hope. I hope that's kind of what it is. So
man, yeah, no. You gotta say it. I got the hookup.
I think I got the hookup. She said that she would hook us up. So
boom, there it is.
She's supposed to send me all her, account information and email stuff when she gets settled in, and But she said the Stars would always be her home, so you know that's a good thing.
Gotta
So
go where the money is.
yeah, I can't blame these these interns that are ticket reps and then they get offered another job at a either another team or even in another league. I mean, we've lost a lot of Stars employees to the Cowboys. You know,
Really?
yeah.
Huh.
Uh, Brett Doherty, uh, he was he was something with the season ticket holders. He was also a ticket rep, but he was like one of the higher ups in the ticket rep department. And I believe he's working for the Cowboys. Didn't we lose a DJ to the Cowboys? You would know that more than I would.
Oh, don't put me in that little loop.
No, but I'm
Uh,
serious. Didn't we lose the Stars DJ? What was his name? The one before our current one.
oh, you're talking about the Rangers guy.
Oh, did he go to the Rangers? Okay, I thought he went to the Cowboys. Sorry.
No, no, no. That's DJ EJ.
Okay. Okay. Well, one at least knows how to win and get onto a championship team.
Hey, 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 hey! Look, look, look. Take it
Another
from a guy.
another shot fired.
Screw it. We'll go all the way down to the high school level. Look, I know a little something about being the entertaining musical part of the football game because my high school sucked and I was in the marching band. And I got told many a Friday nights, "Hey, y'all were the best part of the game." I was like, "Yeah, I know."
What high school did you go to?
I don't know if I want to say that.
Here in Texas or Oklahoma?
Is the well, I started in Oklahoma and I finished here.
Okay.
So, but yeah, the high school I went to, I'll give you a big hint. The high school I went to is a runner up for state in baseball. So,
I don't I don't follow baseball.
well, it's still in the sports. So,
Yeah.
well, nah, I'm a Jaguar. I'll say that. And if you know, you know. If you don't, that's okay. We'll talk about it off mic. But it's kind of a cool feeling to be that in that music thing and being told, hey, the team sucks, but y'all did good.
Yeah. I tell kids that I take photos of if they're in band. I said, y'all outwork the football players. I see y'all out there marching it on the concrete for 10 hours a day in the summertime, and the football players practice from 8 to 10 or 6 to 8 or something like that. Then they go home and then they come back. You know, so
Oh shoot, yeah, yeah. That brings back memories
yeah.
instantly. We didn't even have a football stadium where I went when I first went there.
Well, that's like I was asking some of the boys today. I was like, "So, y'all looking forward to those two a days coming up?" And they're like, "Hell no." So
Shoot,
I never looked forward to them, and I didn't play football that long. So
shoot. From what I've heard, they're doing the band the same way now.
some of the bands that we see, they'll be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. They'll practice till like 10 o'clock. They have a 2 hour break, and then they're back out on the parking lot at like 1 or 12 for another 5 or 6 hours.
For the
It,
summer.
yeah, it is absolutely insane.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You know,
They had us out sometimes
yeah,
three times a day in the evening as well, and it's just like, all right.
yeah.
So, but yeah, gosh, we just kind of went off the
No,
cuff there, didn't we?
oh, you know, always interesting things to talk about in the off season.
Grooves, that's the DJ.
Grooves. That's it. Yeah,
What a way to hit me. Yeah,
that's his name. So,
he went to the Rangers. Although I do know a buddy of his who is with the Cowboys. He started off with the Americans.
oh, cool.
Yeah. So, but yeah, not really much to talk about. So I'll ask you this: out of all the division, where do you see the Stars as far as improving goes?
As is it improving, I think we stayed about the same. Just because, I mean, other than really Dumba, the rest of the guys I don't know that much about. You know, they're not big names. You know, they're not guys that's gotten a lot of attention on other teams. So, you know, don't really know that much about them. So, but it was
Think
but it was kind of the same way with, you know, Steele and Craig Smith. You know, didn't really know that much about him other than what we saw from Steele playing against him with Minnesota.
mm-hmm.
You know, so you know he was a very pleasant surprise. I hope he sticks around for a while, and so but yeah, as far as most of these guys, not a clue. It's going to be a wait and see.
I think I'm kind of cautiously, I don't want to say optimistic, but curious and optimistic if there's a thing,
Mhm.
a little combination of all of it. I don't know that they improved much except for on defense.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, other than our forward, our fourth line, you know, we didn't really lose that much, because yes, we lost Foxa. That was a money move, just to free up some space. Um, Not sure why they didn't, offer Smith, basically the same money that, he probably would have been cheaper than, some of the forwards that they brought in.
oh, shoot.
So
I don't guess that's a case of should have, could have, would have.
yeah, I mean I don't know. Because I don't remember what some of these guys' contracts were now. Um, I don't think Craig Smith's was that much. I think he was probably $1 million guy. Um, but I don't remember what some of these new guys are that are coming in at what they're making.
Mm, I don't remember either, really. But I kind of found myself in the same boat as you. Like, why did we bring this guy, that guy in?
Yeah.
Why not this person, that person? See, I'm a guy that kind of follows the rumors. Like, I don't believe it till I see it,
Hmm.
but I'll kind of look into it and go, is there anything to it? And I thought, just off the top of my head, I thought Carrier was going to end up coming here.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of talk.
A lot of talk. And where do you go? Carolina?
I believe so.
Carolina's looking good.
Yeah, Carolina's, they're looking pretty stacked, but they lost, some defense too. I mean, but like especially in what was it, Pesci. But
Oh,
again, he was another guy that's, signed one of those crazy, 5 and 6 year contracts. And I mean, I would have loved to have had him here. I liked watching the kid play. Uh,
yeah.
but I think that might come back to bite the Devils in the butt later on, on down the line, especially if he doesn't produce with the guys around him, because I mean, he had some great players to play with in Carolina, while New Jersey's got some good young defensemen, but they've still only got a handful of, of really good forwards. So
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a wait and see, to see what he looks like with them. So, but yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, just some of these contracts, I can see why Neil, kind of backed off um, from some of these guys that they were wanting, 5, 6, 7 years, and it's like, do we really need that? You know, because you've still got to be able to pay, you know, some guys that's been here that are, you know, drafted here, and so that's I like when a team can build the talent and then that talent gets rewarded. I mean, like Robo, he's his next contract's gonna he's that's gonna be a big contract. The same way with Wyatt. Some people are speculating that they might do a short term deal with him. But I don't think they're going to do a short term one with him. I think they're going to try to get him locked up as soon as they can. For the maximum amount of years. Because he goes off on the same time Jamie goes off. So, a lot of that money could be used on Wyatt, and then you've got Otter going to be needing another contract. And, he's going to get a fair amount of money. I don't think he's going to be an $8 to $10 million goalie, but his price tag's going to get up there, especially if he plays, has another good year and he can go even further and, maybe get us into the Stanley Cup finals or win a cup, and then his price is really going to go up.
Yeah, and I kind of do hope that he and Wyatt are both what do you call them, lifers, I guess. They go the whole career.
Yeah.
I mean, other than Robo, I feel like Jake and Wyatt might be the ones that you need to keep an eye on.
Well,
Like,
I mean, you've got Robertson, you've got Rope's locked up, Miro's locked up,
yeah,
you know, so you've still got a few young guys that are, that you're going to be looking at. Hopefully, if Bork makes the team, this year, he excels like what he did down in Texas, and he just goes off. Same way with Stankoven. If either of those guys go off or both of them, imagine when we have to pay those two guys.
oh shoot, you
Yeah.
better open up that pocketbook.
Yeah. And I mean, granted, we know the cap is going to steadily be going up, over the next 5 years. There's rumors that, it's going to be pushing 100 million. But, the only bad thing about it is in your 100 million, your star players are still going to get the chunk of that 100 million. I mean, look at Edmonton, the rumors of what Draisaitl is going to cost. $14 million for Draisaitl, 16 million for McDavid. There's $30 million tied up in two players.
That's a lot, dude.
That's 30, 30% of your cap space, even if it's only at what is this year? Is it 92 this year or something like that?
Yeah, in the neighborhood.
Yeah. So, you tie up 30% of your cap in two players, and that guys, especially if Bort goes off, because Bort's got, I don't know, because he's been playing in the AHL for a couple of years now. So I don't know when he would be due, his first big contract or his first contract. Same,
Hmm.
same way with Stankoven. Um, you would think that it would be about the time that Sagan comes off the books. So hopefully, it's staggered in there, correctly and everything. Which Neil and Mark Danko, they know how to work the numbers and the calendar for when guys come off, when guys need a new contract. So
And I think that's an advantage too. At least you're not gonna have. I'm gonna circle back to the Edmonton thing. At least you're not gonna have 30 million caught up in only two players.
yeah.
You know, that's smart.
Well, I mean, and now granted, you've got what is Rope's making 8. I can't go check cap friendly now because it's no longer cap friendly. It's capitals friendly. Um, Stupid. Don't even get me started on that one. Um,
There is another site, but I can't remember what it was.
yeah, I haven't looked it up yet and pinned it in my phone and everything. But I mean, you've got Rope's making 8 million. I think Miro's making 8.45 or something like that. You've got Robertson that's probably going to make upwards of 8 or 9 million.
Easily.
So, and then you're still going to have Jamie on the books for till 25, 26, and Sagan on the books for 9.5 or something, whatever he's making. Um, so they've got a lot of money tied up in top talent. I don't know what they're going to do with Essa, because he's still contributing. He's still a hell of a defenseman. You know, that would be a gut punch if they, you know, didn't pay, come back and pay him again, even if his next contract is 3 years. Because I mean, he's 30 something years old. They wouldn't go 8 years on him. So,
No.
I would figure, 3 or 4 million for him. But yeah, it's a tricky deal. I wouldn't want to have to, figure that out and everything. Yeah, S is 30, so
I wouldn't want to figure that stuff out either, but I would love to be a fly on the wall as they do.
oh, I would love to sit and just listen to them discuss and figure out, what they want to do and how they want to do it, and the structure of how these GMs and their money people, you know, work these contracts. That would just be fascinating to me.
Hmm. Some of those you gotta wonder if they even have money people.
Oh, they've all got, you know, their the GMs have all got the guys that handle the numbers, and you know he I'm sure Neil has a number in his head and going, okay, this guy is worth this, you know. So
I mean, I was joking in a way, but who was it? Mike Richter? Is it Mike Richter or was it somebody else that got overpaid? DiPietro, somebody like that.
oh yeah, DiPietro way overpaid.
That kind of is what caught my interest in it all.
Hmm.
It's just like, well, I mean, if you're gonna give them that amount of money, those years, what the heck are you gonna do the rest of the time?
Yeah. Well, it was like, who was it? Ilya Kovalchuk. What did he
Ooh.
get? 15 years from the Devils on the last contract?
Yeah, he did.
And I think it's coming up on the the time of when that contract comes off, or even our own, our former own Ryan Suter. When he left the Predators and went to Minnesota, him and Parise got what, 10 or 12 year deals?
Yeah,
Because
they did.
I think they got matching deals. I don't remember where Parise came from to go to or to go to Minnesota.
The Devils.
Was it the Devils? Okay. That was just insane that they gave him that many years. I still, personally, I still don't even like the 8 year deals. I think they should be maximum of 6. And then you come back in and you renegotiate for, another one. So,
I mean, okay, I see your point on the 8 and 6 year deals, but if you got a guy like Robo who isn't showing any sign of slowing down,
mhm.
he's on the younger side. I would sign somebody like that to a 6 or 8 year contract, no problem.
Oh yeah. But then you have to think one knee injury slows him down completely or never plays again.
Oh yeah,
And then you're tied up, if you do an 8 year deal, which I mean, granted, that could very easily happen to any player, you know.
yep.
I mean, it's just it's the name and danger of the game. I mean, hell, look at the football player what was he doing? He was out golfing or something, and he went to step out of the golf cart and he blew his MCL and ACL out just by stepping out of the golf cart.
Oh my god.
And this guy was like a $15 million running back or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, so it could happen to anybody. It could happen at any time. I mean, any of these guys could be out on vacation and get hurt. It's not like you can wrap them up in bubble wrap and um, you don't go nowhere, you don't do anything until next season, you know. So
That's the kind of person you need to wrap up in bubble wrap, though. You got somebody on an 8 year contract.
yeah,
Yikes.
I mean, it's just I would be more scared to especially on a big huge contract. I mean, you know, say like a McDavid or a Drysaitel or something. Look at what happened to McDavid. Not long after he started, when he got hauled down racing for a puck, and I think it was his shoulder that he busted up or something like that. I don't think he needed surgery, but you know, he was out for a while.
Yeah.
And you figure you've got a $15 million player, and he's just gone down. Okay, yeah, you throw him on the LTIR, but what happens if he never comes back? You know,
Solid point.
it's just it's a scary deal, especially for 8 years. I know we just signed Rope to it a couple of years ago, but you know, even this year there were times that I I felt like Rope was playing hurt,
Yeah.
and who knows? They'll never tell us, but it's scary to watch these guys, and then when their game kind of changes, and you're like, well, why is he doing this? He used not to do that, and so
Yeah, you can tell when things change,
yeah,
for lack of a better way of putting it. Like, you don't know, but you know.
yeah. Well, and that's like even my wife kept making comments about it, and and granted, it did turn out that he was playing with what was it, a broken finger or two broken fingers.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't shooting the puck like he usually did. She's
Yeah.
like, something's wrong with him. And I was like, I said, he's just not getting his chances. And, then it comes out that, he was playing with, broken fingers. And she's like, see, I told you. I'm like, yeah. I was like, yep, you called it.
See,
So,
I thought the same thing about Jake at the beginning of the season. It was discussed on the show here too.
hmm
He looked a little slow at times. He looked just off.
yeah. Well, I think a lot of that is he was still recouping from the surgery that he had, which still all year they've never said what his surgery was. I think it was something in his hip. So
Oh, was it his hip?
I think it,
Interesting.
I think it had to do with something about when he stepped on that puck. You know,
Oh,
so
yeah, that's something we'll never know either.
yeah,
Yikes.
so
Well,
but yeah, so at least this year, um, he didn't have to have any kind of surgery or anything like that. So
yeah, that's the good part. I mean, it seems like everybody has time to recover.
yeah, well, and I mean, no one had to have surgery. So everyone should be nice and fresh and ready, ready to go for training camp. And so,
Training camp. That's gonna be so fun.
it's going to be here before we know it.
I can't come. You're gonna get me on a tangent again. It can't come soon enough. Like I'm chomping at the bit because I want to know about the unknowns. Labushkin. I want to know uh, the new goalie. I already forgot his name. Wow. What's his name? That's gonna bother me. The
Uh,
Smith.
yeah.
I want to know where he fits in. I want to know where Labushkin fits in. I want to know where the young guys is Maverick Bort gonna make the team. Like I'm so excited.
I,
But
I think he probably will. And, but then there throws in another wrench. It's like, okay, where does he fit in?
that's what I was thinking. Where do you put him in? Like
So
third line? What?
I would say, well, I mean, now granted, um, you know, Jamie and Stankoven are our third line. So, I guess that's a good problem to have.
Oh shoot, they
So,
are. Well, the fourth line's anybody's guess right now, right?
yeah.
So
Well, I mean, is probably gonna center it.
yeah,
So, but
that could be your plug and play line for all we know.
yeah, exactly. So,
Interesting. God, I can't wait. As I see people clamoring over football, I'm just like, no, give me hockey.
yeah, clamoring over football. Only
Dude,
football. Only football I'm excited about is Texas going to the SEC this year. So,
oh, that's a podcast in itself, isn't it?
yeah.
Gosh.
And the only other thing that I'm not mad about, I'm upset about it, that they've come back out with the NCAA football game.
Yep.
My only problem is I have to buy an entirely new system to be able to play the stupid thing.
Well, you better get to buying it because I have one too. So
It's like I have a PS4. Why couldn't y'all still make it for PS4?
a lot of people, a lot of companies are saying poo on the old systems. Heck, I thought NHL was gonna do it.
Yeah. So,
Like that's the whole reason. Funny enough, my PlayStation 4 died on my birthday 2 years ago,
oh well.
so I was forced to get a PS5.
Yeah, my PS4 still works. I don't play it that much. You know.
I was on mine daily.
Oh, I used to be on it daily when it was, you know, I'd I'd go up there in the off season and I would sit there and play, and I'd create a player, and I'm playing on medium right now, and I don't understand how it's so hard to score 50 goals. You know, I don't even think I'm halfway through the season yet, and I'll bump it up to hard, and it's like, okay, this is really hard. I can't win a face off. You know, I, I play pretty good on medium. You know, so
I don't know if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, but I have a whole playlist venting about it.
so
I can win this, win that, but I can't win a face off to save my life.
yeah. Well, and luckily, I don't have to win too many face offs because I made myself as a winger. So you
Nice.
know, I play right wing. Unfortunately, I got drafted by the New York Rangers. I'm like,
Oh,
how can I trade myself? So
so about that. One of their higher ups started off in Oklahoma City when I was just getting into, well, really into hockey,
mhm.
and he just retired from the New York Rangers.
Oh wow,
He, yeah, he dated my great aunt when they were both in their younger years, and she told me about that, and my jaw dropped because he was in Oklahoma doing his thing. She's in Oklahoma. I don't know where she is now. She might be in Dallas, I think. And somehow they crossed paths. And my uncle was their eye doctor too for the Blazers.
okay,
And so like we did have that connection, and I just wanted to give a quick shout out to him because he just retired. He was the president of the Rangers, and like that again, that's somebody I would love to have on the show because I want to know what it takes to be able to run a whole freaking hockey.
yeah,
Like that's part of the gaming thing of it for me too. Like who fits where, why do they fit where, and that's cool.
yeah, exactly,
Big old puzzle.
yeah, and sometimes you are just plugging and playing, and you can't always go for the always the biggest and shiniest penny to bring into the organization unless they're young enough and they're still scoring like crazy.
See, and that's something I noticed about who was it, Brendan Smith? I think it was. A lot of people were looking at his signing in real life and going, "Who?"
Well, yeah,
It's like, yeah, okay, who? But that who might be somebody that ends up doing something big for the start.
yeah,
Like, give the man a chance. And just everybody's doing that. Who's this? Who's that? I'm getting more curious as I go.
yeah. I think it's going to be an interesting year. Um, just like you said, just seeing what some of the young guys can do, seeing if even any of these guys that they have signed, even if they make it to opening night, you know, who knows? They could be cut. You know,
Yeah, I don't think anything's guaranteed. In fact,
no. I mean, not unless it's your bigger name players and stuff like that. But um, it'll be very interesting to see who's here on opening night.
yeah, well, here's the thought too. What if all these who players are there just so the young guys can crack the team?
Yeah.
Like people don't think about that. What if this person's there for competition and he ends up in the minors, whereas a Maverick Bork could end up with the big club because other guy pushed him to that level.
Oh yeah. I could very easily see that happening. So
Like I cannot wait. God, I can't wait.
I think it's going to be very very interesting to see um, how things pan out, and see who goes where. See if Bichelle makes opening night. See what kind of camp he has, because he wasn't at the development camp this year. Which he wasn't there last year, but he was hurt last year. Um,
Oh,
so,
he was.
yep.
That's right.
So it'll be interesting to see, what happens, and see who's there, and who either gets booted out or who gets sent down, or so.
I think really the worst hole they have or biggest question mark they have is who's gonna fill in for the Joe Pavelski type
Yeah,
role. He was amazing for the Stars. You can say what you want about him being old, whatever. But the man could make plays.
yeah.
And
Well, and it's hoping that someone will step in that was there, that played with him, and continues those work, that work ethic. First guy on the ice, he was the last guy to go off the ice, so on and so forth. It's you hope that Wyatt picked up on that, Stankoven picked up on that, and want to be that kind of player, that got basically tutored for, Wyatt for 2 years, and um, Stankoven for what, 3 months.
mm-hmm.
So hopefully those guys, want to make Joe proud, and and be that type of player, because both of them they surely have the talent, you know, and they were high draft picks, where Joe was a seventh round draft pick. So,
Jeez.
and then to go on and have the kind of career that he did in college, then moved into, San Jose, and then, eventually with Dallas. You know, most guys, that were in the seventh round would dream to have that kind of, 1,500 games. You know, I think most guys that are drafted in the seventh round, I think I've heard people talk that, they don't last but 2 or 3 seasons.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, Dallas has had a couple of guys, in that club, um, in the fifth round, with Jamie and Klinger, and who was the other one? Um, I can't think of the other guy that was a fifth rounder that I think he ended up playing close to 1,000 games. You know,
What round was Niskin in? Do you remember?
uh, it's kind of what I want to say. He was a first round, because he was a pretty high draft pick. You know, Alexiak was a first round draft pick.
Oh boy, I wouldn't mind having him back either.
You know, or think of who we took instead, taking Jack Campbell. The guy right behind him was Cam Fowler, that went and played over 1,000 games with Anaheim. And I mean, he was an amazing defenseman, you know. And what is Jack Campbell on his fifth, sixth, seventh team now? You know,
And he can't even stay at the AHL level from what it
yeah.
sounds like.
Well, it sounds like he's going to be playing for the Detroit Red Wings now.
Dude, he's gonna get relegated to the ECHL. Let's be real. I mean, I know that's probably not
Probably,
possible, but like
probably.
he just, it, I don't want to say he can't cut the mustard, but you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like he would have been great here, maybe.
Oh, the thing was, he had plenty of opportunities. He's had
But
opportunities everywhere he went.
yeah,
I mean, now granted, he played pretty good for the LA Kings. He did okay with Toronto, but he had one good year, and then it was contract year, and he wanted way too much money, and Toronto bounced him, and then Edmonton stupidly picked him up. You know,
yep.
because even
I
I
mean,
said that, I was like, "Oh damn, don't pay that man that kind of money. Don't pay him $5 million a year." Yep. And what did they do? Paid him $5 million a year, and he lasted 1 year with them.
I don't think he played that many games in the AHL either,
No,
from what I
he
remember.
he had a lot of head problems. He was in his own head, and so
That can kill some what do you call it?
it kills your confidence.
Confidence. That's what it is. Kills everything.
Yeah,
You got to go out there and just do it to the best of your ability, and see what sticks.
yeah,
Can't just can't overthink it. Is what I'm seeing.
yeah. And he's just. I mean, he might be an incredibly nice guy. One of my friends is very good friends with him, and this person as well. Um, but as far as his professional career, it's not going great. You know, so
That's a shame because he seemed like he had really good potential.
yeah, but seems like Dallas so far, knock on wood, you know Jake hasn't had that problem. He's pretty focused, and he can let crap go. Just I guess it's with some goalies, they can't do that. You know. Now, granted, I am completely talking out my ass because I couldn't stop the worst damn shooter in the NHL. You know, but
But in your defense and in his, it takes confidence to go out and do anything.
oh yeah, it definitely takes confidence to go out and do what they do.
I mean, pretty much anything though, because for me, my thing is podcast host and writing, and I don't have a .com, and I'll tell you the .com part because I cannot financially support it.
Mm,
You've seen me say it many times. It's in my head. I don't like that. I feel like nobody's gonna believe in it. But who needs to believe in it? Me.
mm-hmm.
So it's
Exactly.
like for Jack, who's gonna believe in him if he doesn't believe in himself?
Yeah,
Like it takes. I don't want to say big balls, but it does. It takes big balls to go out and put yourself out there.
yeah.
Just do it.
I mean, I wish any of these guys the best. I hope he has a good year and everything. Just like all the players that have moved on from Dallas. I kind of wish they wouldn't have all stayed in our division. You know, kind of sucks because now we have to play Foxa. Now we have to play Suter again. Um, we have to play Wedgwood. You know, which granted, if we play Wedgwood, with the Predators, I hope Robo scores on him every single time because he always seemed to do it in practice. So
Wasn't he the goalie that Robo would practice shootouts on?
yes, him and Robo had a thing going on Instagram and everything that they would talk trash to each other and everything. It was actually pretty funny. Um,
That's awesome.
So
Makes you wonder.
I'll be happy to see the first time they play down here, and and Wedgwood is down, because I'll go down to the Predators in, just to say hi to Scott, because I did like him. He was an incredibly nice guy. Um, I did a trade with him for a blanket for a stick.
Mm-hmm.
His stick will still go on my wall. So because he was the best backup that Dallas has ever had for a very long time.
Mm. Yeah,
I
it
mean,
really was.
even going back to Mike Smith, which Mike Smith was an incredible goalie, but I still think Scott was probably one of the best that we've ever had for a very long time. Because there
Oh,
for
for
a while we couldn't win with the backup goalie.
yeah, I remember those days.
You know, other than maybe when Tim Thompson came in and played for a little while. So
Oh gosh, Tim Thomas, man, he was a beast.
yeah, he was something else.
Sure was. Well, I got a question for you, man, because I keep seeing Jake being tossed around across all social media, and I keep seeing some blame being put on him for the Stars not making it over the hump of the Stanley Cup Finals. What's it going to take with everything we did this year? What's it going to take for the Stars to break through that little ceiling?
It's just going to take everybody having a good year. It can't be just on Jake. It can't be just on one or two lines. It's going to take everybody having a good year. Which last year, yes, we had a very good year. I mean, we had what, 8 guys that scored 20 goals or more. That was the most in the league. No one else did that.
Pretty shocking, too.
You know, and now our defense, they gave up some goals in the playoffs against Edmonton that should have never happened. Those defensemen have got to fix that game. The coaches got to fix that game.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't, there were a couple of them that were on Harley. There were a couple that were on Miro, you know, but the coach has got to come in, and he's got to fix that game. He's got to figure out a way that they can still play aggressive, but not expose themselves to all these 2-on-1s. That it ultimately ended up killing us. So
Yeah.
you know, and then it was guys that didn't normally score. You know, you go and look at Yanmark coming in and scoring what, one or two shorthanded goals,
Yep.
on breakaways that were just bad passes, or sloppy passes, or whatever you want to call them. When the defenseman pinched in and there wasn't a forward playing high, to at least protect that, because there were a couple of those passes that that I saw. I was just like, what in the hell are you doing? It's like,
Yep.
rim it around the boards. Don't throw it right to the center of the ice. And, so, but that comes with, some of these players being young, they're going to learn. So we'll just, that's the only thing bad right now is Dallas does not have a pipeline of defensemen. Now, granted, you know, they went out and got some, and I think they drafted, what did they draft? One, or I think they only drafted one D, and the other two were forwards.
Mm-hmm.
So, they've got to get either by trade or, developing, guys in Idaho and moving them up to Texas, you know, to get that pipeline of, a young D coming in, or, being at least being groomed to either come up to the big stage or be traded off and get someone that's got, the experience to come into Dallas and play.
Yeah.
You know, like a Bichelle. You know, I'm I'm still not sure that I think he'll make the team. Just because he's had the limited time on U.S. ice since he went back to um, Switzerland last year, or
Hmm.
wherever he was playing. Um, European ice, which is bigger, wider. So I think he needs time on U.S. ice unless he comes into training camp and they give him some preseason looks and he just plays amazing. You know, I'm not sure that he'll make the team. I hope he does just because of his size. Because I mean,
Yeah.
he's a big kid, and of all the video and the few games that I've been able to find of him, I mean, he's a very very good skater. So, and that's something that in our big defensemen we've never had. You know, I mean, Alexiak was great in size, but he was by no means fast. You know, Yanni was, he was a great hitter and everything, but he was by no means fast.
That's true.
If those two guys could have skated, like Victor Hedman for his first 8 years of his career, Victor Hedman was fast. I mean, not that he's Connor McDavid fast, but he could get back just because of his size and his the stride that he had in his skating style. He could catch up to a guy relatively easy, and then he's got an 8 foot long stick. He's kind of like Zdeno Chara. Stick is almost as tall as he is, and he just reaches out there and knocks the puck off of your stick.
Yeah.
So you know that's what I had said for many years. I was like, okay, can we send Alexiak, to live with Hedman and let Hedman train him, and you know, so
That,
that would have been a dream come true. So
yeah, it would. Hedman's a beast.
yeah, I love watching him play. So
Eesh. Well, I mean, hopefully we get that defenseman that can bring him over the hump, and it. I think what they did right was, what was the slogan? A little bit for a lot, or some
yeah,
mess like that. Uh, I think that's the way to go. I think you just, it doesn't matter who's on the ice. If you can get them to buy into playing for each other, I
yeah.
think maybe they got a shot.
Well, I mean, and it's just like with Duchesne last year. Yes, his minutes were down compared to what he played in Nashville, but he performed better with playing those less minutes and everything. So I was all in for that. Okay, let's cut this guy back by 2 or 3 minutes a night. And then he's still fresh at the end. Relatively fresh at the end of the season because he didn't play 30 minutes a night.
True.
You know, even with Miro, you know, Miro's minutes got cut back this year.
I didn't even realize. Wow.
And I mean, because I think he was averaging about 24 minutes a night, where I think the year before, it seems like he was pushing 30 minutes a night every single game. And granted, now the kid's 23, 24 years old. You know, he came from, playing as a superstar when he was, 18 years old. So he was used to playing those heavy minutes and everything. But
Yeah.
if you can get him to where he's playing, you know, 22 minutes a night or, or whatever it is, and you're not taxing him, you know, like that every single night, because of course this year is going to be another condensed year because you've got the nation's battle and everything. It's just going to. I hate that they do it to the players, but I get that they want to do these other things, but you know when you've got 30 days and you're playing 17 games, and that starts to take its toll.
Yeah, it really does.
And then now they're talking about, okay, we might cut down the amount of preseason games, but we're going to go to 84 games. It's like, my thing would be, okay, yeah, let's cut the preseason down to 4 games. Let's everybody start on the same night and everybody end on the exact same night. Shift it
Hmm.
back about 2 or 3 weeks, you know, and not almost be playing hockey in July. You know, I mean, I think the nation's battle thing is I think that's cool. I think it's going to be really fun to watch that. But it's going to be a handful of players, from each team, while 18 guys from that team are going to, have almost 2 weeks off. Because
Jeez.
that's what the nation schedule is. I think, what was it, Dallas? Let's see. Let me pull up the schedule and look at that. Um, that they were off for almost 2 full weeks. So it's just, oh, come on. The new schedule or the new app is weird. Let's see. Come on.
So is that in lieu of the All-Star thing, or is
Yes.
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
there'll be no more. There'll be no All-Star break this year.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's in February. So Dallas will play at home February the 2nd. Then they'll be on the road for the 4th, the 7th, and the 8th. Then the break begins.
Mm.
So they don't have, so they'll be off starting the 9th. Their next game is the 22nd.
That's a big break.
That's a big break.
Yeesh.
And I mean, now granted, so far only, what was it? Miro, who was the other one that was named for the team? I know Miro was. It wasn't Robertson. I don't remember if it might have been Essa because I think it was 2 defensemen. Um, but you've still, then you've got to be looking at Robertson's probably going to get picked up by the U.S. You still got Jake that could be picked up by the U.S. You've got any of the Finnish Mafia guys could easily go play in that one, which is Miro, Essa. Let's see, who else is our Finn? We lost Yanni. We lost Kivi. Who's our third?
Oh, his name's on the tip of my tongue.
Rope.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, all three of them could end up on the Finnish team. You know, I don't see Jamie or Tyler making the Canadian team just because they're older guys and there's you know. Granted, I would take Tyler or Jamie over you know Cindy Crosby, but
Oh no.
you know that they're gonna have to put Crosby, McDavid, and Bedard on that team.
Oh boy, not that kid again.
They're gonna they're gonna have to do it so they have three generational talents on one team. They could play on a line together. You know.
Mm,
So but then
well,
again, you could have Austin Matthews playing with Robo. Or
that would be a sight. Whew.
or Keith Kachuk could be in there playing with Robo. I mean these these country teams they're going to be interesting. Honestly, it's a shame that Russia's not being added to it, which I think it probably will be when they do the next one.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that, with them not being added, if they only do it every 4 years or 2 years, or I don't know how they're going to rotate this. Does Ovi ever get to play on one of these?
Oh,
Even come the next Olympics, is Russia going to be able to field a team with all the bands and everything that they have? I hope they do, because I want to see, Ovechkin play in the Olympics.
Radulov is over there too,
Yeah.
so they may send him.
So, it's just, yeah. Next year's going to be fun. I mean, I'll enjoy watching that. That'll be more enjoyable than watching the All-Star game.
That is not where I thought you were going to take that, and I'm glad I was wrong.
I don't know. Just the All-Star game's just kind of corny. It's fun to watch, but no one, especially the game part of it, no one's playing serious.
Right.
It's just, and I get why. I mean, you don't want to go out there and get someone hurt, playing in these. I let them go have, do all the skills competition and stuff like that, and have it be a 1 day event. And then, give these guys some break, let them go sign autographs and stuff like that for the day, and then do the skills competition and be done with it. It doesn't need to be 2 or 3 day event. So, I mean, the 3-on-3 the first year was fun, but now teams have figured it out and it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Even in a regular game, when it goes to 3-on-3, it's gotten kind of boring.
Yep, it sure has.
So, because teams have figured it out how to slow it down, and I liked it when they first started the concept, and you had, Dallas would throw out there, they'd throw, Ben Sagan and Klinger, and those three were money.
Yes, they were.
And then a year and a half later, they figured out to slow it down, and let's, if you don't get the perfect entry, we're going to circle it back out and start all over again. And it
Too
just,
tedious.
yeah, and it just got to be, okay, hurry up and someone shoot the damn puck.
See, well, here's your solution to the All-Star game then. If you're going to do, or if you want to do any sort of game like situation, since they don't play seriously anyway, why not do a East versus West shootout?
Yeah,
Like, it gives you the hardest shot and, I mean, in a way, accuracy in one event, you know? Why the heck not? Like, you don't need to play the tournament of 3-on-3 or anything like that. Just show us a shootout.
yeah. Well, I mean, even people are getting tired of the shootouts. I mean, I like watching the shootouts, but you know, I liked watching them when you had guys like Pavel Datsuk.
Oh my god.
You know, guys that were just absolutely filthy. You know, not just running in and just ripping a slap shot. You know,
UC Jokinen had some
oh
moves.
yeah, UC had some. You know, he had that Peter Forsberg, drag and pull it across his body and go around the goalie. And yeah, that was another guy that was just money when he shot.
Yeah, he was.
And so,
Man. Well, I mean, maybe we'll see that someday. You never know.
yeah, you know,
That'd be a lot more fun than seeing that 3-on-3. That's for dang sure.
well, or even just going back to 4-on-4. You know, uh, so
Yeah. Well.
I'm sitting here looking at a picture, and
Uh-oh.
oh, it's just something on one of the Dallas Stars play pages. You may have seen it. It's Rope's out um, doing some golf. I didn't realize he has damn near a full sleeve on one of his arms of tattoos.
I didn't even realize he had tattoos.
Yeah,
I'm not very observant then.
never realized that.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, well, I guess the broken fingers have healed when he's out, swinging a golf club and driving. So
Yeah, why the heck not test them? Let's go. Swing golf
yeah,
club.
swing a golf club and but
That's funny.
yeah, just like you said about Pavs, that still kind of sucks that he just went in, decided to retire. But he said he was going to sit down and and talk it over with the family and everything. So now we'll see if he comes back during, um, after the once the season starts, and if his kid comes back and goes back to school here. So
Yeah.
that'll
Just because
be.
he announces it, it doesn't mean he's signed the papers yet either.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's once he put it out there and news places are running with it, that paperwork's going to be signed. But who knows if he doesn't come back and maybe help out.
Oh, Pavelski as a coach.
I think he would make a great coach.
I do too. Oh my.
Or even a mentor for for some of these, not necessarily travel with the team or anything, but um, just to come and work with them.
He would be an asset in any sort of coaching or management role for the team. I feel like
Yeah,
that dude has a ton of knowledge. He can teach just about anybody. He kind of gives that vibe to me.
Yeah.
Like, you got a kid like Wyatt that loves him, so why the heck not?
Oh yeah.
What is the what does Chris Jericho say in All Elite Wrestling? The learning tree. He is the learning tree, whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
Pavelski could be the learning tree.
Well, I mean, it seems like he was loved in the locker room by everybody. You
There
know,
you go.
it'll definitely be different. You know, him not being out there this year. So
And it's kind of cool that he's not,
yeah,
because you have a two-sided question here. Well, what if they miss him? Then again, you look at the talent. What if they don't?
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah,
I've never witnessed a Dallas team in any of my fandom have that problem or situation. If you knew somebody was going to be missed, they were definitely missed.
yeah,
So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, it very well could be. So it definitely opens the door up for someone. So
Just got to grab it by the horns and
yeah,
take it.
somebody's got to take it and run with it. You know, whether it be Wyatt, whether it be Bork, Sankoven, you know, Steele, or whoever else, you know, take and make the most of that opportunity. So
I kind of feel like going into the preseason and whatnot and training camp, I feel like Wyatt's one to watch just because of Joe.
yeah,
Is
see how he handles um, Joe not being there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like he said, there would be times that they would go home from a game and neither one of them could sleep, and they would sit there and dissect the game.
Yeah,
So,
he's gonna miss that.
oh yeah. So
Who's
I haven't heard who he's if he's moved in with anybody yet, or if he's getting his own place. So
poor kid?
yeah, it's hell being homeless and being almost a millionaire, and you know it's a terrible situation.
Oh, the sarcasm. Come on, man. He's also a human.
Oh yeah. Oh, he'll be fine.
I hope he's the one that steps up. I sincerely do.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this: I like seeing his name on the back of jerseys and T-shirts that you can buy now.
Oh yeah.
Like that's how you know he's gonna stay around. Like I think I saw one Delandria jersey the time he was here.
Now there's quite a few Delandria jerseys. I've got one.
For sale?
Not for sale. It's for me.
No, not the one for you. I'm talking about the. Never mind.
The ones that you talk about, the ones in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were. Yeah, Delandria was up in the store.
Oh well, that's good.
I
'Cause
mean,
I'm looking online.
most of the guys are up in the stores. So
Well, that's good. I can be wrong. I like it. Okay.
you got to go to games to know what's in the store.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get an Uber. Hey, Uber, y'all want to sponsor the podcast? Maybe.
Yeah,
I
there you go.
stuttered because yeah, yeah, wheelchair Uber. That'd be nice.
I would think that they would have that.
They do. It's not something I can do, but they do.
Oh,
We need to find ways to get some sponsorships for this thing and make it bigger. I gotta tell you something off microphone that eats at my very soul too.
Okay. So so speaking of TVs and sponsorship, what do you think about this new Victory app that's coming out?
I was hoping you asked me about that.
Well, you could have brought it up at your show. Come on, you're supposed to
I
be prepared. I'm just a special guest.
well, I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it, so I just kind of let it go. This is also to me supposed to be two friends just yapping about the stars. So I try not to plan too much. I got bullet points, but I dig it. I like it. I'm excited for it. Um, I do have questions about it, like how is it gonna work? If it's free, and for that matter, if you're a guy out there looking, how do you become part of that?
Yeah. Well, they do say stream the stars for free, so that's telling me it's free.
But nothing is ever free. So
Well,
when you watch the
there's plenty of free apps that we get for our phone, and that's exactly what this is it's an app.
but you have in-app purchases, I bet too, to
Well,
make
yeah,
up
yeah,
for
yeah.
it.
Of course, you've got apps that you can purchase, but companies like Facebook, it's free. I've never had to pay for it. Not even as many times as people have put that on their website or their cover page that, oh my God, if you don't put this up, Facebook is going to start charging you. I've been seeing that for 9 years and I've never been charged.
Yeah, me neither. Huh? Interesting.
Funny how that works. Now, granted, places like Spotify and, stuff like that, yeah, you pay for those. You know, I pay for those dearly just
I have
because
a free Spotify account.
just because I'm a music junkie. I'll pay the premium price to be able to download all the free music that I want. You know,
Yeah, understood.
so now I'm sure most of their stuff is going to be advertised wise. I'm sure they're still going to have um, TV timeout, so there's going to be ad spots that they're going to have to sell.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that more people in the city get behind it and start running local ads. So, where you see, either local car dealerships, restaurants, whatever, to get in behind it and buy advertisement.
Wonder if any of that would be small business friendly.
I don't know. It could be just, well, I mean, depending on what you call friendly. Um, if a spot
Don't
is,
charge.
if a spot is $5,000, you know, um, well, yes, that's friendly, but for the average person, that's not very friendly. I could think of a lot of things to do with $5,000 than spend it on a TV spot.
Right. Ah, interesting. Well, I don't know, man. That has me curious. I guess is the right way to put it.
Yeah,
How's it gonna work? Is it going to work? Is it gonna be like Bally's and work once a month?
yeah. That's going to be my biggest thing is it going to be consistent?
I mean, I hope so.
So it'll definitely make me learn how to use my smart TV that I won from the Stars because
Well,
I don't know how to use my smart TV. I don't watch streaming services or anything. It's got Prime. It's got what else on it? Max and Netflix programmed into it. Other than that, I don't know how to um, download an app to my TV. I can watch it on my tablet all day long, but
Oh, I don't want to say anything and get myself in trouble.
I'm old. I'm old school.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's more simple that way.
So so I'll definitely have to figure out how to do that so I can watch it, on my big 65-inch TV, than watching it on my 14-inch, tablet. So so it'll be interesting. I hope it works. I mean, I hope, you know, because it sounds like that they're talking um to other sports places. It'd be nice if we could watch, our Texas Stars you know, on the Victory app, you know,
Oh, whatever.
or, the, Allen Americans, you know, pay to put their games on the app, or, or whatever, be able to, you know, watch different sports or different teams. Cause it sounds like that they're going to talk to the Rangers also. I don't, of course, there's no way in hell that the Cowboys would ever step away from, major broadcasting, because they get priority over, almost everything in the DFW area. So,
Hmm.
it would have to be a really, really good deal for Jerry Jones to step away from major TV.
And see, now you got me thinking. If this is a Dallas Stars app, their whole system needs to be on this app.
Yeah,
From Idaho all the way up to the Dallas Stars.
very well could be.
That would be nice.
I know the AHL has their own TV, because um, a couple of the admins on the diehards watch it quite a bit. They watch, the Texas Stars play on AHL TV. You know, so who's to say that they couldn't put Texas's games on there? That would be really cool, because then we would be able to see these guys, and see how they play before they even make it to Dallas. You know, so,
Definitely add a new dimension to this podcast, too.
oh yeah.
Oof.
So it'll be very interesting to see, how the Stars handle it, and it sounds like it could be being rolled out here pretty quick. I don't know what the actual release date was, but so
Oh, yeah, I don't know either.
it just says that the Victory Plus will be available for download on smart TVs, tablets, smartphones in September of 24.
Okay, so you got like a month and a half.
Yeah, fans outside the Stars regional territory will be able to enjoy Victory Plus and watch a robust menu of content provided by the team.
Oh, man. I wonder if that would actually give us preseason hockey.
Yeah, it very well could.
I would love that as well.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, the things I can write about now. Thank you, Weldon.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I've never understood why we don't get to see preseason hockey, because we see pretty much preseason of everything else.
Everything else.
You get to watch preseason baseball, Pretty sure you get to see preseason basketball. You get to watch preseason football.
Yep.
So why did Bally never carry, you know, preseason hockey?
And why wouldn't that even be on your radar? Like, because granted, I kind of think of hockey like wrestling, that has its devoted crowd, but it's its own thing, right?
Yeah.
It, you would draw more people, I would think, to your network if you had preseason hockey too.
Well, and I think that's kind of what um, this app is getting at, is making it easier for people to see it. And because I mean, so many people nowadays sitting in front of a TV at a certain time is, that's not really a thing anymore. If you can stream it, then you can watch it anytime you want.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure these games will be in an archive somewhere where, if I missed Tuesday's game of last week, hey, I can go back and watch it, in its entirety, and you know not have to, oh darn, oh, I'm only going to get to see the 1 hour sped up version of the game, when they repeat it, on Bally or whoever. Because I used to be able to go and watch the game that night, and then in the morning I could get up and watch the 1 hour condensed version of the game before I went to work.
Yeah.
So, and of course they would skip over plays, and you'd be like, hey, no, I wanted to see that again. So now, if with it on streaming, maybe you'll be able to do that. Maybe they'll have the full game on, and like WWE, where you can go back and watch a pay-per-view from, God, 15 years ago, you know,
Yeah.
or I can go back and watch Monday Night Raw from 2 weeks ago. So,
Definitely helps people like me.
yeah. So,
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
yeah, I think it's going to be good. Just make it reliable. Fix, fix the Dallas Stars app. Fix that, because there were times last year that app was not good. Oh, there were times that we were walking up to the game and I'm not being able to pull up my tickets. I can still get in whether I showed my tickets or not. I just have to go to the box office and they would have to text me my tickets. But there were a lot of problems last year, and most of it was with Apple. So
Dang.
they would have, or no, wasn't Apple, it was Android, because I'm on Android and a buddy of mine is on Android, and there would be times that he couldn't pull up his tickets also, and then he's getting to the game, or we always got there early, and he'd be like, pull your tickets up, and I'm like, trying to pull them up, and I can't pull them up, and his wife has already got them pulled up on her Apple phone, and I'm sitting here having to log out, log in, log out, and finally getting to my tickets. So they need to make sure they have that right. Make sure they have it fixed.
And I mean, if you want to send some beta tester stuff people's way, do it.
Yeah.
Like, I was a beta tester for the Fanatics app.
Oh, okay.
I still do it once in a while, and it works. Just reach out to the people that support you and make it work.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any more authentic than somebody that is dying to watch a game telling you what's good and what's bad about it.
Yeah.
At least I don't think. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I just need some hockey. I'm dying over here.
That'll be here soon enough. So,
You saw that on social media that what I posted, right?
about
It was a meme from like 10 years ago, something like that, and it says the only reason baseball exists is because we're waiting for hockey or some crap like
no.
that. And it was a picture of somebody celebrating. I believe it might have been Sagan.
Oh, okay.
And I caught some grief about it, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't watch barbaric sports all year long." And I was like, "All right, don't call it. Don't call yourself a fan when they're in the Stanley Cup playoffs if you're gonna call it barbaric."
Yeah.
Like, just, and that's part of my problem with people too. Like, you don't agree with stuff I say, you just keep it going, and that gets you. And oh, you're picking at me, dude. Go away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm craving hockey. I'm bored. I'm dying over here.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it'll be here before you know it. So just got to get through another month and a half or so, and then it'll be even closer.
Dude, I kid you not. I actually just got the draft hat as a gift.
Oh,
And I
really?
was like, yeah, man, I need October. Just skip over the rest of the summer. Give me October. I will be one happy camper.
No.
Or give me preseason hockey.
Or what?
Give me preseason hockey.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we're 3/4 of the way, or, halfway through August now, or October. Now you got me messed up. July. So,
Dear listeners, I actually absolutely love this human. He's so awesome.
so
And I love messing him up too. It's fun. All right, man. Well, what else you got for me? Anything?
I don't know. That's probably about it. So,
Yeah, I think that's all I got too. I was hoping we could bring up that app, and really, that's all I had.
bring up that one.
The app,
Oh, the app. Yeah.
yeah, the streaming app, whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
Just tack it onto the Stars app and fix the whole dang thing. There's your problem.
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah. That would be good too. So, uh, we'll, we'll see what they do. So,
yep. All right. Well, Weldon, parting thoughts.
I think it's going to be a very interesting year. I
Me too.
I wouldn't I wouldn't say that I'm going to be so excited. Offense, defense. I'm going to be very critical on this year just because we made so many moves. Um, so that's going to be the part that I'm going to critique the most is going to be the defense.
Special teams too.
Yeah.
Who's in charge? We probably shouldn't say the name of the guy who's in charge of that, but said person I've seen very, very, very many bad reports on. Like, there's fans that hate that guy with all their might.
Well, the thing was they started out good and then I don't know. Like I said, I'd talk out my ass because I couldn't do what any of these guys do. So just know that they've got to get better at it. They've got to get back to having at least a top 5 power play.
Which they did before the playoffs hit.
Yeah. So get the new guys worked in, get them implemented, and see what they can do.
Yep. I'm looking for Matt Duchene and Wyatt Johnston to do big things, and that's going to be my closing thoughts because I got nothing for you. We have all that hype around Matt Duchene. I bet you he's the one that makes the most noise.
Yeah, probably. I think him and Wyatt are well, even Bork. I mean, I think Bork was pretty good on the power play. So
Ooh,
that would be a question for your buddy down in Austin to see how that they got to see him play more and see how he was on the power play.
solid point. Okay, well, I guess on that note, I'm gonna send some love to all those guys down there around my hometown area and Austin and everybody affected by the hurricane. We love you. We're thinking of you. Hope you guys rebound safe and well.
Yeah, I hope they get some power on soon.
Yeah, my buddy's actually one of the people that are working on that nonsense. So
Yeah, that's crazy. Much love to those guys. There's some stupid, crazy people down there, whining and complaining about that stuff, but those dudes work their ass off.
yeah, they do.
So
And this guy's trying to finish his degree as he works, and so he's got his arms being pulled in different directions. Like, dang. So, but anyways, I guess on that note, uh, I thinking you want to do another show this week.
yeah, we could. I don't know what we're going to talk about. But guess we could just ramble on for an hour and a half, like kind of like what we have on this one.
Weldon,
We've,
if I could
we've
have you
talked
on.
about anything from high school football marching band, and maybe we could talk about my jersey collection. There we go. As I run across some guy that's always selling jerseys on Dallas Stars game worn jerseys. So
I need more jerseys. You started me on an addiction. Actually, my dad did.
like I said,
Now I
you haven't even seen. Well, you've seen all of mine, but I'm going to add a few more this year. So
oh
since tomorrow is season ticket holder day at the Stars Center, so go drop some cash and get a few more jerseys, and because next year starts the Fanatics jerseys, so we don't know what those jerseys are going to look like.
I think I might have a pretty good idea. Not that I own two of them or anything.
Well, the thing is, you're going to be able to buy the exact jersey that the guys wear on the ice, made in Canada. That's the first time ever that you've been able to buy that.
Mm.
Now, from what I'm hearing on price, they're more than what I would pay, because I'm hearing $450 for a blank jersey.
That
That's more than I'm willing to pay.
that can't be real. That's just people throwing stuff at the wall, man.
I'll find out tomorrow night, because I'll talk to the Stars merchandise manager, and I'm going to ask him, what are these jerseys going to cost for the Fanatics, and if they're $450, $400, I might buy one just to say I've got one, but no, I'll stick to my Adidas um, and my reverse retros, my blackouts. So
That blackout is so sick.
Sounds like they're going to wear it for another 3 years.
Oh, are they?
That's what I'm hearing. So
That's awesome.
that's what one of the reps in the store was telling me. So
That's awesome.
I'll be happy with that because I've got a bunch of them. I wish they would bring that reverse retro back again and wear that one, a handful of more games.
This kind of brings to mind a question. Aren't we coming up on 30-ish years in Dallas?
Pretty soon, yeah.
Here's an idea. What if those reverse retros, both of them, become your home and away jerseys for whatever that season is?
Oh, that would be cool. Or if Fanatics went and put together the first home jersey that Dallas ever wore, and just recreate it in modern colors, or even in the original colors, and wear that for a handful of home games.
That would be kind of cool.
Yep.
And I only made an 87 in marketing. Come on now.
Only 87? Wow.
That was my worst subject.
So,
looking back on my Facebook memories, and I was right about that class about 10 years ago, and I was very cranky. All right. Well, anyways.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in the jersey department and everything here in the next month or so, 2 months. So
let me know when you know.
Yeah, because I'll be stopping by Blake's here, every so often, just to see what the man's working on. So
nice.
Because there's a lot of times that I'll see what he's working on for Texas Stars or Dallas, and he's been like, okay, you can't tell anybody. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Now whoever listens to the show knows.
Yeah.
No, we don't know nothing. Y'all heard nothing. Okay.
So
isn't that how that works? All right. Well, I got nothing. I'm rambling.
Yep, I think we're good. So we'll see what happens later in the week and go from there.
Sounds good. Well, hey man, thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate you.
Not a problem.
I guess I'll catch you in a couple of days or so, or probably message you tomorrow.
Yeah, come up with some more things we want to talk about, and get you a little point list to go down, and we'll work on it.
Heck yeah, I love it.
All right, man. We will talk to you later.
All right, sounds like a plan. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
All right.
Good night. Bye.
Good night.
Dallas Stars! Dallas Stars! Dallas Stars! Dallas Stars!